It started like any other Saturday morning. The sun was streaming through the windows, birds chirping outside. Yet inside the house, a storm was brewing. "Mom!" shouted Daniel, a 14-year-old boy stomping into the kitchen. "This phone is useless. It's so slow, and everyone in school has the newest iPhone. Why can't I have that too?" His mother, Elena, turned from the stove. She was tired. Dark circles under her eyes from working double shifts all week, but she forced a gentle smile. "Daniel, I just bought you that phone 6 months ago. It works perfectly fine." But Daniel's face twisted in anger. Without warning, he raised the phone high and smashed it against the tiled floor. The sound echoed like thunder. Elena gasped, covering her mouth. Pieces of glass scattered across the floor like broken promises. "I don't want that junk!" Daniel screamed. "I want the new iPhone. All my friends have it. Do you want me to be the only loser in school?" His mother's hands trembled. Tears welled in her eyes, but she tried to stay calm. "Daniel, do you have any idea how hard I worked to buy you that phone? How many nights I stayed up, sewing clothes for neighbors after my job, just so you could have it?" But Daniel didn't care. He crossed his arms, glaring at her, waiting for her to give in. And then, something unexpected happened. The store owner, Mr. Ramirez, who lived next door, had come by to drop off a package. He had witnessed the entire scene. "Daniel," Mr. Ramirez said, his voice calm but firm, "if you want that iPhone so badly, why don't you work for it?" Daniel blinked in confusion. "Work? Me? Why would I do that? My mom can just buy it." Mr. Ramirez shook his head. "No, son. You don't value what you don't earn. Come work in my shop. I'll pay you. And when you have enough, you can buy the phone yourself." Daniel frowned, but something in Mr. Ramirez's eyes made him hesitate. For once, someone wasn't giving in to him, and in his teenage pride, he blurted out, "Fine, I'll do it." The very next morning, Daniel showed up at the small convenience store. He expected something easy, maybe standing around and checking out customers. But Mr. Ramirez handed him a mop. "Clean the floors, and don't miss a spot." Daniel groaned. "This is gross." Mr. Ramirez didn't flinch. "So is smashing a perfectly good phone." Daniel worked for hours. By the end of the day, his back ached, his hands were raw, and his stomach growled. When he finally got paid, Mr. Ramirez handed him $50. "That's it?" Daniel shouted. "I worked all day." Mr. Ramirez looked him straight in the eyes. "And your mother worked many days just to buy you that phone you destroyed. Now you know what her tears were worth." For the next 9 days, Daniel worked. He stocked shelves, carried heavy boxes, cleaned windows, and dealt with rude customers. Every day he thought about quitting. Every day he remembered the shiny iPhone waiting at the end of it all. On the 10th day, Mr. Ramirez finally smiled. "You've done well, Daniel. You've earned enough. Come with me." Together, they walked to the phone store. Daniel's heart raced as the clerk handed him a sleek, brand-new iPhone. For the first time in his life, he felt a strange kind of pride. "I did this. I earned this." But just as his fingers closed around the box, Mr. Ramirez did something shocking. He took the phone and smashed it against the ground. Daniel's eyes widened in horror. "What are you doing? That's my phone! I worked for that!" His voice cracked, and tears welled up in his eyes. He fell to his knees, picking up the broken pieces. "Why would you do that? Do you have any idea how hard I worked for it?" Mr. Ramirez knelt beside him. His voice was soft, but his words cut deep. "And now, you finally understand your mother's tears." The words hit Daniel harder than any punishment ever could. In that moment, images of his mother flooded his mind, her tired eyes, her worn hands, her quiet sacrifices. He realized he had treated her love as if it were worthless. That night, Daniel went home and found his mother in the kitchen, washing dishes. He hesitated, then wrapped his arms around her. "I'm sorry, Mom," he whispered. I didn't understand before, but now I do. I'm so sorry. Elena froze in surprise. Then slowly she hugged him back, tears streaming down her cheeks again. But this time, they weren't from pain. They were from hope. A week later, Mr. Ramirez called Daniel back to the shop. Daniel expected another lecture. Instead, Mr. Ramirez handed him a small box. Inside was the exact same iPhone he had smashed. You bought me another one? Daniel asked, shocked. Mr. Ramirez shook his head. No, this is the same one. I only pretended to smash it. I wanted you to feel the weight of loss. But the truth is, your mother gave me half the money you had already earned to make sure you didn't walk away empty-handed. Daniel's jaw dropped. His chest tightened. His mother, despite everything, had still thought of him, still wanted him to be happy. He ran home that evening, hugged her tightly, and said, I'll never take you for granted again. From that day on, Daniel never demanded anything without thinking twice. He got a part-time job after school, not because he had to, but because he wanted to ease his mother's burden. He learned something powerful. Love is priceless, but respect is earned. And now I want to ask you, if you were the parent, would you have let the boy learn this painful lesson? Or would you have given in and bought the phone? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this story touched you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because we post stories like this every week that remind us of the power of family, sacrifice, and love.